It was a dark 7 days at the start of 1923 for the black families of Rosewood, depicted in this 1997 film by John Singleton.
Well, you know what to do.
There'd be some trouble around here, sir.
An angry mob of white men nearly wiped the Levy County town off the map.
You did not create Rosewood, but it's a history story that must be told.
From the 1st until the 7th of January 1923, at least 8 people were killed in Rosewood. For the past 100 years, the story has been told from one generation to the next, from the 8 families who survived the massacre.
Had it not been for my mother and her story and her truth, people would not be celebrating the centennial. It's her work. It's her legacy. It's who she is.
Lizzie Robinson Jenkins dedicated her life to the Rosewood story, uncovering untold truths, honoring the lives of the victims, and making sure Florida leaders recognize this dark chapter. Her aunt was a teacher who fled on January 4th.
It's a history. History is who we are. Without history, we are nothing. Good, bad, ugly, different. It is history.
But it's a history that hasn't always been told.
For 60 years, the story of Rosewood remained secret.
The news magazine 60 Minutes finally told the story in 1983.
Just lost it.
Took it.
Since then, Lizzie Robinson Jenkins brought the memories to life, and a centennial commemoration hosted by Jenkins' nonprofit, the Real Rosewood Foundation, is set for Saturday. A wreath-laying ceremony, docudrama and movie screening, plus an awards gala and panel discussion are happening throughout the month by similar Rosewood groups. A century later, these groups turned the Rosewood tragedy into a teachable lesson.
It shouldn't be that way. And I want them to think about, when they leave the centennial, I want them to say, now what can I do as a person to help with democracy, to help change the face of hatefulness, racism. It's not necessary. And do what we need to do as a world, as human beings.
It's a question that's been asked for decades.
What do you say to children today? Children like this boy.
The responsibility that Jenkins and few others handle to tell the Rosewood story falls heavy on their shoulders.
Yeah. So I have been there, done that. If I had it to do all over again, I would. But people just don't know the burden of truth.
It's a burden that's worth it to Jenkins, and she will tell kids.
It's not Rosewood's history, it's America's history.
Because she says reflecting on Rosewood's tragic past builds a path for a brighter future. Ruelle Fludd, TV 20 News.